This video is going to piss off a lot of the Jew haters out there because they hate the truth, which is what you get from me at the Pulse of Israel. So let's talk about the biggest perpetrators of genocide, occupation, and colonialization in the world. Yup, it's the Arab Muslims of the Middle East. You won't hear that from the establishment media or from influencers on Instagram or TikTok, but learn the history, folks. It's out there. Don't trust me. Go study the history. The Arab Muslims conquered and colonialized the Middle East, Northern Africa, and even parts of Europe, as in Spain and Portugal. If people were intellectually honest today, the Arab Muslim expansion would be considered imperialistic and colonialistic. Imperialistic because of their dominance of the politics and the monetary systems, and colonialism because they took physical control over other countries, many areas. Do you know why Arabs are called Arabs? Because they originated from Arabia, as in Saudi Arabia. Arabs, Arabia. That is where Muhammad invented Islam in the 7th century. And from the area of Saudi Arabia, the Muslims then used the sword, meaning war, to conquer the Middle East, parts of Northern Africa, and even parts of Europe for hundreds of years. Now, minorities conquered by the Muslims, they either have to live as second-class citizens called dhimmis who have to pay a jizya tax, convert to Islam, or run away in order to save their lives or have a good life somewhere else. Still today, Arab Muslims persecute minorities across the Muslim Middle East. Don't you remember what happened just a few years ago to the Yazidis? And the Druze of the Middle East are always persecuted in all the Muslim countries they live in. And what happened to all the Christians of the Middle East? The Middle East used to be a center of Christianity. Today, many of the churches of centuries ago either have been destroyed or transformed into mosques, like the famous Hagia Sophia Church in Turkey, which today is a mosque. Bethlehem, the Jewish city from the Bible, just 5 minutes down the road here. Also a city holy to the Christians, probably the holiest Christian city in the Middle East. Well, that city also happens to be the city where the most famous Jew, Jesus, was born in 1950. Not that long ago. The Christian population of Bethlehem was 86%. By 2016, the Christian population dropped to 12%. It's probably even less today. And not one Jew is allowed to live there because it's forbidden. So Christians are a persecuted minority in all Muslim countries. Only in Israel do Christians have freedom and equality as Israeli citizens. Nowhere else in the Muslim Middle East. As opposed to the conquering Arabs from Arabia, Jews are called Jews because we are from Judea, here, the Judean hills. Our first Jewish temple stood in Jerusalem when the Arabs in Arabia were still idol-worshipping pagans 1,000 years before Muhammad was born and created Islam. Now you can understand the hatred within the Muslim world against the Jews and the Jewish state of Israel. Because we are the only one successful non-Muslim entity of an indigenous population to have succeeded in establishing sovereignty in our homeland, in the whole Middle East that has been conquered by Islam over the centuries. Understanding our reality with that perspective of truth is really powerful, folks. Learn the history, spread the truth, and stand up for the Jews and the Jewish state of Israel. Am Yisrael Chai. We're standing up against lies. Now you just got the truth about occupation and genocide and colonialization of the Middle East. Spread the truth. If you are not yet following me for my Pulse of Israel daily videos, go to pulseofisrael.com and click to subscribe. For the short videos, follow me, Avi Below, or Pulse of Israel on Instagram. And if you want to support the work we are doing every day, spreading the truth and inspiring beyond the headlines information, go to pulseofisrael.com and just give us a donation to help support our work. Shalom, everyone, from the beautiful ancestral homeland of the Jewish people, the Judean hills of Israel.
Pulse of Israel, frontline videos from the Holy Land. Support our work by donating today.